Well, uh, thinking about you and thinking about the music business, I come to this next question. Did you actually know Michael Jackson?
Yeah, yeah, we knew Michael. Michael would come to our show. You know, he would come to see our shows, and he came to the studio a couple of times, and we know his brothers really well. So yeah, we knew Mike. Yeah.
Now, I know where I was when I heard the news that he died.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know where you were when you heard the news that Michael Jackson died.
Well, we were coming in. We had played Detroit the night before, and we were driving into Chicago on our tour bus, and on CNN on the bus, we had saw that Farrah Fawcett had died, so we were kind of vibing on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Farrah Fawcett passed. Then when I got to the hotel, a friend of mine who produces TV for PBS called me and said, "Cut the television on," and it was about Michael Jackson. And then my publicist called me from LA here, and said Mike had died. So he had, but they hadn't gotten the word where we were in Chicago. So I was in Chicago, and my wife was on jury duty, and she got on her BlackBerry.
Wow, so, while she was on jury.
Yeah, and so, and we were in Chicago, and then we played Chicago the next night, and then we flew back home here, and then Philip Bailey got a call from Jermaine Jackson's office asking us to come to the memorial, so we were there at the Staples Center.
Oh, so you actually
we were there.
Wow.
Yeah, we were there, yeah.
So just in a short period of time, they were able to reach out to people like you,
yeah,
and get everybody organized.
Yeah, it was very organized. Matter of fact, I still have the program book, which I kept, and the tickets from that day. Yeah.
So how did you personally feel, you know, when you got that moment when you were alone and you were saying, wow?
Yeah, that's what you say. You say, wow. You know, you say, wow, because he was the greatest entertainer that we'll ever see, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And really what he really did, a lot of the kids who are going to hear this program, and a lot of kids in their 30s, I'd say kids because they're younger than us, a lot of young people in their 30s never saw Michael. Our generation saw him, but the new generation never saw Michael.
Wow.
They never, they didn't, not, you know, because there's about a 10-year gap of people that didn't see him, Bob. And so what his death did on a higher level, on a higher spiritual level, is that it let the younger generation know how great he was.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because he had so much weird media, you know, of course, you know, with the Wacko Jacko, etc., etc., that overshadowed the gifts that he had, you know, because sometimes our society is more concerned with entertainment than they are education or things like that. So he was misunderstood.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the one really that single-handedly that put this whole MTV thing on the map. He single-handedly really, at that time, saved the record business, you know, in terms of records. But he made great records too. His records were great. He had, you know, and then he had a lot of help too. Of course, he had Quincy Jones, who, you know, second to none. So what his death did was to show how great of an artist he really was. That's really what his death showed. This generation.
Now, did you ever personally meet him, talk to him?
Yeah. He was normal, like talking to anybody else.
So, that's right. You did mention that he actually came to one of your recording sessions.
Yeah, just hung out, you know, and I'm sure he probably got a lot of good ideas, because later on when he did Off the Wall, we always said Off the Wall really was an Earth, Wind & Fire album without his voice on it, if you listen to it. Not so much Thriller, but Off the Wall, that first record, Off the Wall, really was a great record, you know, because he made, you know, he made a very successful transition from a child star to an adult star, which is very difficult to do, you know. Not many people are able to make that transition You know, because you understand, from him singing like ABC all the way up to, like, you know, Billie Jean, that's a long stretch of musicality. To be able to find your own voice when you become a teenager. You know how when kids are 7 or 8, they're so cute, they can do anything they want, and they're so confident. When you get to be about teenager, you know, and the hormones kick in, and you start to think about things. You know, you're a little more inside. You know, you're trying to figure out where you are, and Mike figured it out. Yeah. Actually, the two artists that made the most successful transition from child star to adult star was Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
Because Stevie did the same thing too.
That's right.
You know, Stevie went from, you know, fingertips to, like, you know, talking book and songs in the key of life. You know, musically that's a big stretch. You know, you got to kind of know really, you know, even Shirley Temple didn't make a great transition from being a child star to an adult star. You know, only one that did that as a kid movie-wise was like Elizabeth Taylor. You know, she was like a kid, you know. Then she made grown-up movies. You know, but, you know, it takes a minute to make those successful transitions, and Mike made that one.